Hi, my name is Cindy, and it is just my imagination time. There's a bowl, a cookie sheet, and a mystery item. So I chose one myself. So keep watching to see if you can guess which one I chose. Take care. DIY number one, mushroom vase. The supplies that you need include a bowl, a potion container, acrylic paint in brown, khaki, white, and green moss acrylic paint, green moss spray paint, baking soda, a wood circle, a faux leather strip, and that is it. Brenda at Rustic and Lace DIY chose a bowl for her challenge as we were supposed to make something. What? I eat cereal out of a bowl. Oh well, let me put on my thinking cap and see what I can come up with. I found an old burgundy plastic bowl. I don't remember where I got it from, but I think somebody left it at my house. Well, it has a hole in it now. I traced a circle around the bottom of the bowl, took my wood burning tool, and made an opening about the size of a quarter. I took it outside and sprayed it moss green and just allowed it to dry. I thought it needed a little texture, so I mixed some green acrylic paint with baking soda and dabbed it around the moss green. It looks amazing, but I'm not sure it's done. Now, a mushroom has a stalk or a bottom part. So I used a potion container that I got from Michael's and painted it khaki mixed with some baking soda. So it had a little texture. But I still thought it needed a little something something. So I dabbed it and dry brushed white acrylic paint over the khaki paint just here and there. Now, if you look at a mushroom stalk, it has some brown here and there. So I flicked some brown paint around the stalk. Now I had to assemble the pieces together. I used hot glue to adhere a wooden ring to the top of the potion bottle. Then I glued the bowl facing down. Now this is looking pretty cool, but the opening was a little bit on the raggedy side. So I put some faux leather strip around the top and painted it green. Bingo! I put some faux and dried flowers inside and styled it on a tray. Wow, what a Super Bowl! I just love it. Just Our Imagination is a collaboration with the hosts Brenda Rustic and Lace DIY and Kathy Joe DIY. The guest host is me, Cindy at Z9 Designs. This is a fun collaboration. I enjoy making the unimaginable along with the other hosts. Now, this collaboration can take you out your comfort zone, but I am so glad that I joined this collaboration because it keeps me on my tippy toes. So join us next time. These women are expert at making the unimaginable with their unique imaginative minds. They also have been really super helpful to all of us. So be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment. And the link to their channels are listed in the description box below. Now, there are other collaborators that have used their imagination to make some interesting DIYs. So be sure to subscribe to their channels and give them a thumbs up and some encouraging words. And the playlist is in the description box below. Now, on to imagination number 2, a cookie sheet leaf bouquet. The supplies needed include, of course, you got to have an aluminum cookie sheet, some moss wire, brown and copper acrylic paint, hot glue, some scissors, and I think that's about it. Well, what I chose as my must-use as part of the challenge. I am sure I can make a couple of items from this cookie sheet. So I found an oak leaf and printed it on my computer. Then I laid the leaf pattern on several pieces of the cookie sheet and just cut out 7 leaves or more. And then I painted the leaves in the color moss, and I did that on the front and back. And once they were dry, then I started to put the wire on the bottom so they would stand in a jar or a container. Now, I had to put a little wire from the tip to the stem because they were, I have to say, a little bit on the flimsy side. But I used E6000 and hot glue and super glue to make sure they all stuck together. And then I used some brown acrylic and copper paint to enhance the look of the leaves. And by this, I just took it and just kind of dabbed here and there and kind of flicked it on. In addition, I had some acorns that I had painted copper and brown and some time ago, and I put them in the bouquet. Now, I had to dig a little hole in the top of the acorn, and then I just hot glued the wire to that, and then I added that just to the bouquet. And this looks so modern and cool, and it just graces itself in my home. Let me know what you think. Imagination number 3, a cookie sheet pumpkin. The supplies needed are aluminum cookie sheet, a round head fastener, I had to use 2 of those, hot glue, scissors, and a hole punch, and that's it. I cut the cookie sheet in about 8 strips or more, and they were like 1.5 inches wide to maybe 12 inches in length. I punched the opening at each end. And I used a round head fastener to close the bottom first. And then once I got that all on there, then I just put one at the top. And then I just spread and separated the sheets. And, you have to work with it. So I kind of rounded it to look like a pumpkin. And then it needed a stem. So I took the end part of the cookie sheet, and that's the rim that goes all the way around. And I just twisted it and made a stem. And I hot glued that to the top of the pumpkin. And of course, I like to use every little bit. And so I took some of the tin that was left over and I made 2 leaves and I hot glued them to the stem also. And lastly, those little tendrils, well, I just took a leftover piece of tin and wrapped it around my finger, and there's your tendril, and you just hot glue it on. I think it looks really cool. I did not paint it, but as time goes on, I may show you with it painted. So let me know what color you think that I should paint it so that it looks really cool. I put a little flameless candle in the middle of the pumpkin, and the rest is history. DIY number 4. Now, Mary Jo's dupe. This is a Dollar Tree fall DIY. The supplies needed include 3 oval pieces of wood, 2 different pieces of cardstock paper, pumpkin acrylic paint, Mod Podge, ribbon, a wooden stem, hot glue, some leaves and flowers, and reptile adhesive. Happy birthday to Mary Jo. Keep laughing and crafting and you will have more birthdays. It's really good to laugh and relax and have a good time crafting. And I want to thank you for all that you do in the crafting arena and that make people smile. You had me laughing last week, so keep it up. Today, I'm going to make your triple oval pumpkin. I don't know what you called it, but that's what I'm going with. I really like how you crafted and the colors you used. So let me know how I did. I painted the 3 oval pieces light blue. Then I came to my senses. I was thinking, what am I thinking? So I got out my acrylic paint in the color pumpkin and used that on the front and back, and I like that much better. After that, I looked in my stash and I found some plaid paper, and I just traced around the oval wood piece, and I cut the paper and you paste it on the wood pieces with reptile adhesive. Now, if there was any hangover, I just took some sanding paper and just sanded that off. Then I had another piece of paper that had flowers on it. They had fall words like being thankful and warm cider and crunchy leaves and pumpkin pie, etc. You get the picture. So I cut the oval piece of paper like I did with the others, and I glued that to the piece of wood again with my reptile adhesive. I also cut out a square that had the words about being thankful, and I glued that on top of the oval round. But then I hot glued the 2 plaid pieces of pumpkin together, and then I glued the other piece on top. And of course, you have to embellish it. I mean, Mary Jo did a great job. So what I did is I found the plant had a little bit of blue in it. So I took some blue ribbon that I had, and it was on, I think, a gift that I got. And so I used that. I also had some orange leaves and a cream colored flower, and I just put that in the mix. Isn't she lovely? Well, if you've made it to the end, you post a pumpkin in the comment section. And if you like this imagination collaboration, please subscribe to my channel and join in the fun. My channel is growing, so keep on watching and follow me on social media too, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And thanks for watching. I appreciate all of your comments and support. And I do hear what you have to say, so keep watching, and in the future, I will make some of the things that you have suggested. So remember, there's no destination. The journey is all that there is, and it can be very, very joyful. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.